Hello and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. I'm Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I am a spiritual medium and intuitive reader. I have a message for the Sagittarius energy today. And to let you know how this works, I have asked my guides in spirit to bring a message through the cards that will be deeply positive and helpful for you as you navigate your week. They will continue talking to me and sending feelings through, so the reading is going to unfold even more as we go through it together. If you are new to the channel, I am so glad that you're here, and I strongly invite you to consider subscribing to this channel so that you can benefit from the high vibrational information every week that comes through for you. And if you're returning, I'm so glad to see you again. Very, very grateful for your presence and really excited to do this reading for you because I love doing these readings. So let's go ahead and get started. We have wish fulfillment. Yay! From the universe, the Empress comes through for you. This is a deep rebirth of the wellspring of abundance that you may have felt is kind of missing from your life lately. This is the universe saying, hey, I'm here. And it's abundance on multiple levels for you. Really, really strong feeling of that. There's a lot going on in this card. We've got water, we've got earth, we've got everything, but I do feel that this is coming from multiple places for you. It's almost like it's three different streams that are converging together. So maybe three different areas of your life that are finally starting to kind of coalesce and come in to form that one strong feeling of abundance that has really been kind of missing. Now, it's interesting because we get the Five of Wands energy next for the way you respond. So there's still a grappling with this idea. There may be a part of you that either doesn't want to see the abundance or is fighting it because maybe it doesn't fit your narrative of how you think your life is, you know? So if you find yourself as someone who has to struggle or whatever, then when the universe says to you, no more struggle, it's going to be kind of hard to reconcile that. That's just as an example. But there's a fighting that's going on here. You can see they're engaged in a play battle, and there's a restlessness in this. So it's also sometimes when you get your wish, it turns out that it's hard to actually accept it, right? Because there's a feeling like you want to keep doing, you want to keep seeking, you want to keep finding, and when it finally comes to you, you're like, oh, well, but now what do I seek after? What do I do? And these little fights that you're putting up with the situation, with the abundance, and maybe trying to block it by not seeing it. I know that sounds silly because we crave abundance. We crave the blessings and the wish fulfillment of this Empress, but sometimes we just don't want to see it. Either we feel we don't deserve it, or it's just not exciting when you finally get it, right? Something else with this Five of Wands card. It's a friendly struggle. So it's also kind of asking you to lighten up about anything you're struggling with, that it's probably pretty trivial, just like this hen pecking at the dirt. It's probably something little. So it's not a big dramatic thing, but lighten up and let it go, because look at her. I mean, she's just full of amazing stuff for you. They're wanting me to say wealth being one of them, but anytime you block any stream of abundance, you block all of them, right? What we talked about before with the three diverting streams coming in. If you block one, then you're actually going to block them all. So this is about opening all of that. Now, our next message is really interesting. It's coming through very subtly. It's not a huge, crazy message. It's just coming through very, very slowly, very subtly. We have Three of Wands into the Hanged Man and into the Ten of Cups. Now, I also want to mention there's a lot of threes in your reading. The Lady was 3, Hanged Man is 12, which condenses to 3. And then you've got the Three of Wands. So we've got 3 threes. So some of the themes you may want to consider, and we talked about that 3 streams. Okay, so let me back up and correct myself. The 3 streams, because we've got 3 threes. So we've got the wishes coming through, we have the future journeys, and then we have this Hanged Man card. So that's the 3 streams we're talking about. And that's why they showed it to me. Okay, just Just trying to keep this on track here. All right, Three of Wands, there's a subtle awakening. It's like a quickening. You can sometimes feel it in springtime when you're sitting outside and maybe the trees are still bare, but you almost feel this vibrating in the air. And that's what I'm feeling with this card, that there's an awakening and a quickening, and like you're looking out going, okay, what else is possible? So part of that stream of abundance is possibilities for you. It's not just wish fulfillment, it's also possibilities. And that makes sense why these would be at odds with each other, because when there's a wish fulfillment, yes, it's a desired, but it also cuts off a possibility, right? Because there's a fulfillment, it's closed. So for you, you've got this possibilities, like what are the possibilities out there? And I'm going to skip the Hangman for a second and go to the Ten of Cups, because the Ten of Cups is also talking about a deep fulfillment. So it's kind of like, what are the possibilities that are going to bring me that deep fulfillment, that are going to bridge me to that feeling of deep fulfillment? We've got this rainbow back here, which is also a bridge. And it's also asking you to consider, what do you build your feeling, your blessings on? And that is a really strange question, but it's also like, what do you consider your blessings? And the reason why we're asking that is because now we have the Hanged Man coming in. And I think it's really interesting. This card is saying springtime to me. This card is saying harvest, autumn time. There's these wheats back here, wheat sheaves, wheats? Is that even a word? There's these sheaves back here. We've got fruits flowering or fruiting. Fruits are fruiting. There are apples up in the tree. So there's a fullness that has happened. So he's out searching for possibilities. This is that third component of your abundance: waiting, suspending judgment, suspending movement. So hardest thing to do, right? You have to suspend and you have to not push forward. You really just have to wait. So this is seeing that possibility, feeling the wish fulfillment, so that your desires come from a place of presence, right? That's, I think, the reason why they were asking about your blessings is you have to start from feeling blessed when you're trying to manifest or draw something to you. If you start from feeling anything less than blessed, then you're manifesting from lack, and you're going to bring more lack to you, more of what's not there. So classic example, I don't have enough money. Okay, therefore I need to make some more money. But your desire to make money is coming because of a lack of money. It's actually going to create situations where you feel more and more lack. So although you may be making money, you may have more expenses, or you may not be able to really enjoy that money because you feel like you don't have enough. So classic example, that's why this is, it's two things. It's abundance herself, but it's also a component of abundance that asks you to consider what your blessings are. Second is surrendering to what those possibilities are, giving up exactly how you have to get there, exactly what it is. This guy really doesn't know what's going to go on to him. He has no choice in what's going on. He's got stuff in his mouth. He's got his foot tied up. His hands are tied behind his back. He is in complete surrender to what's happening. But when you've got all three of those springs open, possibilities, surrender, and wish fulfillment, then you get this 10 of Cups, the deep sense of bliss. Each of those 10 cups are full, and you're brimming with the fullness of that possibility brought to fruition. I'm being distracted by this tree in the background. I'm not sure why. It's red and green, or it's kind of orange and green. You see it back there? Let me just figure out why. Because they distract us, because that tree is the end of the rainbow. Okay, so the tree is the bridge between the sky. The rainbow is bridging the tree to the sky, the earthly wisdom to the celestial wisdom. And so this process that you're undergoing is actually a very sacred process. But it's about realizing that your abundance works together in a stream of three. It's not just one asking for more money or asking for more health. It actually works together in a cohesive stream. The wish fulfillment surrendering, and the possibilities. I said it in the wrong order. Wish fulfillment, possibilities, and then surrendering to the process of where those possibilities take you. And also what those possibilities are. This is a completely open future. He's not actually committing to anything yet, but it's completely open. And he does choose a path. He has got a path, and then it leads him here and ultimately leads us here. But it's really interesting because we started off with you fighting your own abundance, fighting the lady here, but not understanding that the lady is actually 3 things for you. And that's so cool too, because in this particular tradition, you have that archetype of the mother, maiden, crone, that even the feminine principle is split into 3. You see the same thing through Christianity with the Holy Trinity. So this is understanding that it's not just manifesting one thing for you, it's really the part of 3 with it. So everything that you're looking to manifest is in one of these stages. Everything that's in your life right now is in one of these stages. And this, I hope, is going to help you stop fighting it. Because if you're in the Hanged Man stage, but you're expecting it to be the Empress stage when everything is there, that's going to cause frustration, the 5 of Wands. If you are in the possibilities stage, but you think that you're in the Hanged Man stage, meaning you've committed to something and you're surrendering to it, that's also going to cause frustration because you're going to find yourself starting and stopping. So it's about knowing which one of these 3 streams you're in and knowing that they're all working for you. Because ultimately, you know, those 3 women are all one woman. All these streams are part of your abundance, and it all brings you the same thing. So that was a really cool reading. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. And I invite you to check out my website, trueguidancetarot.com. There's some awesome stuff on there for you. One-on-one readings over Zoom, and also an extended Phoenix Path program for those that are really ready to seek and go deep. It's awesome. It's just really great what that program does for you. So I invite you to check it out, trueguidancetarot.com. And I will look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great week.